What is depression? Now, before we get into things, I just want to say this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just my opinion. I'm not trained in the field. I'm just a guy who tried to in 2014. And if it wasn't for Mr. Michael, I wouldn't be here. I've gotten to a much happier place. In my opinion, what depression is, it's not something that we catch in the wind. It's simply a collection of negative thoughts that we consistently have for a long period of time. Our energy, our aura is consisted of positive energy and negative energy. And when you consistently think about negative things, when you focus on low vibrational things, it simply means that our energy is containing more negative energy than positive energy. It's very hard to see the sun when you're focused on the moon. So instead of, change your focus, you have to take baby steps. When we're in depression, I'm hearing like Justin Bieber's going through this big depression right now. And I was thinking, if Justin Bieber was in front of me and I was to say, you got all the money in the world, every girl wants you, every guy wants to be you, you shouldn't be feeling depression, that would do absolutely nothing for him. Because when someone's depressed, it doesn't matter what they have. I had a friend that was a multi-millionaire, bunch of kids, married 50 years, had everything you could ask for. And he, you know, so depression is getting a hold of your thoughts. That's how the first step to healing a depression is to become aware that you're focused on negative aspects, negative topics that create negative energy within you, and your aura is consistent of this negative energy. So you have to become aware of that, and then you have to start taking baby steps to things that are going to make you feel better. Usually that begins with elimination. Are you using substances to make yourself feel better? Well, that's not a long-term solution. Are you surrounded by individuals that are not supporting your new lifestyle that you haven't actually taken off on yet? But if you're trying to get to a much more positive place, then people that were once in your circle that partook in behaviors that you were once in that are no longer going to serve you if you're trying to get out of depression, you have to eliminate people, and you really have to not, when it comes to titles, you have to really not value that at all. It doesn't matter what they are in your life. If they're not supportive of your new path, then they got to go, because without your mental health, without your well-being, you're nothing, right? So you have to eliminate people, substances, your job. If your job is killing your soul, in 2022, I quit my job after 22 years of working in the steel industry, almost making, on average $90,000, had a month off of holidays every year. Medical dental was 15 minutes away from my house. And I was like, you know what? I felt like a rat in a maze. And I just told myself, this was 2 years after my divorce. And I was like, this job's killing my soul, and it's got to go. And leaving that job was one of the hardest decisions I ever made, especially to go out on a whim just to write my biography full time, not knowing if I was going to get published at the time and how that was going to go. And that's a whole nother story. But you have to start with eliminating things. That's the first step. Well, awareness is the first step. Elimination is the second step. And then your focus, what you start focusing on, is the third step. Becoming aware of what thoughts are creating negative emotions within you, and try to find a resolution towards that. Start focusing on more positive things. Start doing things that actually benefit you, like eating right, eliminating toxic substances like I just talked about, getting outside, getting sun on your skin, taking vitamins, doing things that are going to benefit you positively and uplift your mood. Start grounding. Buy a custom crystal necklace from me. Start praying, doing all these things. Surround yourself with more positive people. Read books, get information, get knowledge. Do things that are going to better your life, and watch your energy change. Depression is, in my opinion, it's not something to be feared, and to beat yourself up over feeling depressed is like counterproductive, because depression is like your soul telling you, hey, look, we're dying inside and change is needed. So instead of beating yourself up for feeling depressed, you should just be happy that your alarm goes off. Like if you're working a 9 to 5 and your alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning and you're tired AF, you don't get mad at the alarm. You're like, well, thanks for waking me up. I have to go to my job, right? Be grateful that, your soul's telling you, hey, we've got to wake up. Some changes needed. So then start making those changes. It's the most difficult path. It's the most difficult journey you'll probably ever go on. I know it was for me. And the path to a happier you is not a straight line. It's more like a fucking, it's like, it's crazy, right? It's not an easy path, but the one piece of advice I would give for anyone that's going through depression is to be easy on yourself. And when you get upset, be compassionate with yourself. You feel like crying, let it out. I feel like I think my tear ducts have dried out. I don't know if I could cry if I wanted to, but just be easy on yourself, and just know that awareness that change is needed is the first step. And if that's where you're at, then congratulations, because you've already, achieved what is needed to get to the best version of you. Now, if you've made it this far, I'm going to ask that you consider sharing this video, because I don't know about you, but every time somebody has left this place on their own accord, it came to a shocking surprise to me. And you never really know who's battling depression. So think about sharing this video if you found any value in it. Thanks to all my subscribers for supporting me. Greatly appreciated.